Hi guys, today we're going to make a pink ribbon breast cancer awareness heart. I got a bunch of requests asking for the instructions for this. So what I used was the 4mm bicone crystal bead color and 4mm pink crystal color. And yeah, you could use any color you'd like, but I find that the clear crystal or the white crystal actually shows the ribbon much nicer. So let's get started. I hope you enjoy this. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. And yeah, enjoy. We're going to need 61 4mm bicones, crystal or any color, 12 4mm pink bicones, 2 6mm rounds, and 1 bale. You're going to need about an arm's length, or maybe an arm and a little bit more than an arm's length of monofilament. I'm using fishing wire. This one here, 8-pound test. This fishing wire I've had for many years. They last forever. And so that's all you need to make your heart. So first we're going to start with 4 white beads on your string. And again, you could use any color. I just like the way the clear looks. White actually looks better, but the clear is just as pretty. So you're going to put your 3 on your string, let them drop down. You're going to put your 4th on, and what you're going to do is you're going to take your string and you're going to crisscross through the opposite side. You're going to bring your tails together like so, and you're going to pull that bead down, and it's going to center your piece. That's going to be considered a round. So you're going to make 1 round. And you're going to take 2 on your left, 1 pink on your right. So what you can do is you're going to put 1 on your left string, let that drop down. You're going to hold the other one kind of up top because you're going to crisscross through that one. So you're going to kind of hold that one. You're going to pick up your pink bead on your right. You're going to let that drop down. And then you're just going to cross through that left bead. And now you have 2 circles. This pattern is 2 for the white, 2 on white on the left and 1 white on the right. I don't know why I'm calling them white. I'm just going to say crystal. So you let the 1 drop down, hold that 1 on your left, put 1 on your right. You're going to cross through the right thread through the left. Now you're up to 3. Now you're going to take 2 crystal on your left thread, 1 pink on your right thread. So again, you're going to put the 2 on your left thread. You're just going to hold that last one up. You're going to put that pink one on your right thread, and you're just going to cross through it. Now you have a total of 4 rounds, and how you count it is through the sides. So we're going to go for our first turn. What we're going to do is we're going to take 3 crystal beads, and you're only going to put them on your left thread. And you'll see your piece is going to turn sideways. So you put the first 2 down, and you leave that last one, and now you're going to cross through it with your right thread. And now your piece is on its side, and the string is parallel. So we're going to do that step 1 more time. You're only going to add beads to your left thread. You're going to add 1 crystal and 2 pink. You're going to put the crystal on first, and then you're going to add the 2 pinks, and you're going to cross through that last pink with your right thread. And your piece is going to kind of look like a J or a backwards L. Now we're going to sew up the piece. With your right thread, you're going to go up the next bead, and you're only going to add beads to your left thread for this whole section. So there you went through, and you're just going to leave that right side alone. And now with your left, you're going to add one crystal and one pink. You put the crystal on first, and then the pink, and then with your right thread you're going to cross through it, if I could see it, and now you have 2 rounds. And now you can take your right thread again, and you're going to go up the next bead. And you're going to add on your left thread, you're going to put 2 pink beads. Let that one drop down. Take your right thread and you cross through that one. Okay, again we're going to go with your right thread, and you're going to go up the next bead. If I could see it, there we go. And then with your left thread, you're going to add 2 white beads. Again, I keep calling them white, but they're crystal. It's either white or crystal, either one. And you're going to cross through that last bead. Okay, so now what we're going to do with our right side, our right thread, is you're going to go up the next bead and across the top towards the right. So you go up that one, and you're going to go up across. So you go up, and then you're going to take your right thread and you're going to go towards the right. And then you're going to turn your piece upside down. And now you're just going to add 1 crystal bead, and you're going to make a fold. So we're finished with one side of the heart, and now we're going to start building up the other side of the heart. So we're pretty much going to do the same thing that we just did. Now that's the first circle. It's already there. So we take 2 on your left, 2 white or crystal on your left string. Hold that last one in your left hand. Take your right and put a crystal on the right thread. Take your right thread and crisscross. And there's your second circle. We're going to take, on your left, you're going to have 2 pink beads and 1 white on your right. So you bring down that crystal. Put that white one or the crystal one on your right bead, and you're going to take your right thread and crisscross through the left. So we're going to do that one more time. This time the pattern is 2 crystal on your left, 1 crystal on your right. And you take your right thread and you cross through it. Now we have 4 squares. So let's count it. We already had the 1, 1, and then 2, 3, 4. So now we have our 4 squares or circles. So now we're going to make our turn. Again, we're not going to add anything on our right thread. We're only going to add on the left thread. So we're going to take 3 white or crystal and just put them on your left thread. Take your right thread and you're going to cross through it, that last one that you just added. And now your piece is going to turn on its side like it did before. And we're going to do that step one more time. We're going to take 3 crystal, only on your left thread. Take your right thread and you cross through that last bead, and now your piece is going to turn again. It's going to look like a backwards L, and now you're going to sew up the bead. You're going to sew up that piece on this side. So you take your right thread and you're going to go up the next bead, and with your left thread only, you're going to start adding beads. So you're going to put 2 crystal, take your right thread and cross through that last one, and you're going to go ahead and take your right thread and go up the next bead on the right, and you're going to add 2 crystals to your left thread, take your right thread and you cross through that one. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your right thread and you're going to go up the next bead on this side and up the next bead on the other side. So those 2 beads, this one on this side and then that side. So those are the 2 beads you want to go through. Because what you're going to do is you're going to actually bring your piece together. It's going to look like a V. Sometimes you could get them through all at one shot, but for this time I'm just going to show you, one at a time. Okay. Now pull that tight. It's kind of giving me a little bit of trouble here, but that's okay. Just pull it. There's a little loop there, but we're going to pull it. So I just wanted to show you the 2 beads. So you went through the next bead, the one on your right side, and you went across to the other side. And then what you're going to do is you're going to add 1 crystal, and it's just going to bring your piece kind of together. It's going to look like like the shape of the heart now. So you take the 1. It doesn't matter which thread you put it on. You can put it on your left or your right. It doesn't matter because you're only adding 1. And now you cross through it. And now we're going to start filling in the heart. So what we're going to do again is we're not going to add anything on the right side. We're only going to add beads to the left side. So you take your right thread and you're going to go up the next bead. So if I can get in there. Sometimes the thread gets in the way. And sometimes the beads get in the way. But that's okay. Just move it around until you get it in there. And on your left thread, you're going to add 2 crystal beads. And you're going to let one drop down, and you're going to cross through the right thread. You're going to cross through that last left bead. Then we're going to go up the next bead on the right side with your right thread. You're going to take your left thread and you're going to add 2 white or crystal beads. Take your right thread, cross through that last one. And now this part here is we're going to go through the last 2 beads. And we're going to make a flap to hold that 6mm round. So we add 1 crystal bead. You cross through that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to see it kind of like makes it like the shape of a heart. So what we do is we take 2 crystal on the left and 1 crystal on the right. Bring that one down, hold that one in your hand, take your right thread, pick up that right crystal, and then with your right thread cross through that last crystal. And we're starting our flap. So this one here is going to be 1 white or 1 crystal, 1 pink, and then 1 crystal. So you put the crystal on first. You're going to pick up that pink, hold that one in your hand, and then you're going to pick up that crystal on your right thread, let that drop down, and now you take your right thread, you cross through that last bead that you added to your left thread, and there's your flap. So what we're going to do is with your right thread, we're going to count beads until we get to the 5th and 6th bead. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are the beads you're going to put your right thread down. So you could either count it that way, or I could actually flip it over. So 1, 2, the 2 on the top, 3, 4. Now you're going to go through the 5th and 6th bead. You're going to skip all those and you go right through the 5th and 6th bead. So let me just show you again. If you lay your piece like that, it's easier to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6. And again, you can go through them both all at once, or you just go one at a time. And now what this does is it kind of forms a pocket to add your 6mm bead. So you take you're going to take 1 pink bead, and you're just going to shut that pocket. You're going to close it. Now you can insert your bead. Your 6mm bead, you could stick right in there. Pop it in there, and now you pull and you can hold it. Again, we're not going to add any beads now on your right thread. You're only going to add to your left. So you're going to take your right thread, you're going to go up the next bead, which is the pink one. Sometimes it wants to go through the next bead, but you're good. And now on your left thread, you're going to add 1 white bead and 1 pink bead. You're almost done with the ribbon. So the pattern is you put the crystal on first, and then the pink. Take your right thread, and you're going to cross through that last bead. Sorry it's not in the shot. I I tried to get that in there. Okay, so now with your right thread, you're going to do what you did before. You're going to go through the next bead on this side and then the bead on the other side, like that V, that one. And then if it's easy to turn your piece upside down, but there it is, you're going to go through the, it's going to look like the V. And then you're going to add your last pink bead, and then there's your ribbon. And there it is. It's so pretty. That is so pretty. So again, now we're going to fill in the last side. So what you're going to do is you're going to not add anything on your right thread, only your left thread. So you're going to go up the next bead with your right thread. And you're going to add 2 crystal beads. You're going to take your right thread and you're going to crisscross through that last. And now we're going to go up the next 2 beads, the last 2 beads, because we're going to go ahead and make a pocket for this side. So you go up the next 2. You're going to add the 1 crystal bead on your left thread, or it doesn't matter if it's your right or left, and you're going to cross through that. And now we're going to work on making the other pocket. 2 crystal on your left thread, 1 crystal on your right thread. So bring those up. I was trying to keep my fingers out of the shot. So hang on to that last one there. Oops. Put 1 on your right thread, and now you crisscross with your right thread through the last bead you added on your left thread. Do that one more time. 2 on your left, 1 on your right. And take your right thread and cross through that last one. Now we're going to take our right thread and you're going to count the 5th and 6th bead again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're basically taking your thread and you're going to the opposite side. And now you're going to add 1 crystal bead. And you cross through that one. Stick your 6mm round in there. Hang on to that. You have 1 more bead left and you're done. So you're going to go through the next bead on this side and then the next bead on the other side, like we've been doing, like kind of like the shape of the V. And there it is. And then you're going to add 1 bead once you get that through. Okay, add 1 bead. Cross through it, and we are done filling in the heart. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add the bell. So you have to take your left thread and you want to string it through till it's the opposite side where this one is coming out of. So you take your left thread, you're going to go up the next bead on the left side. Try to get that in there. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time seeing it. Okay, so you go up, you're going to go through that bead there with your left thread, and then the next bead next to it, right there. and then across that bead there. So now you're going through 3 beads, and then sometimes it gets stuck. This way you use your tool and you just pull that string out. See how it's not coming out. So what I do is I just take a see, I'm having a hard time. There we go. And if it doesn't come out, I just take a plier, or I actually use my cutters and I kind of just pull it. It kind of brings it out. There we go. Now my threads are parallel. See, they're coming out of the same bead on opposite sides. And now what you're going to do is you're going to take your bead, a bell, and a bead, and you're going to put that all on one thread. And it doesn't matter if it's your left or your right. I'm doing it with my right thread right now, I guess. So you're just going to string on your crystal bead, your bell, and your crystal bead, and with your other thread you're going to cross through all 3. Let's see if I can get it through in one shot. All right, there it is. And now you just pull, and it centers the bail right in the middle, and it sits in there really nice. And then what you do is you want to take your thread and you just want to make it as tight as you can. Just string through, go through the piece if you want it as tight as you want it. Just take your string. I don't usually tie it. All I do is I go up and around, and this is where it takes a little time, but you really want to secure these threads. Again, if you wanted to thread it around, you know, just random, it doesn't matter. And then if you meet, you know, the 2 threads meet, if you want to tie a little knot, you can. But that's pretty much it. That's it. That you did it. Congratulations. If you thought this was easy, awesome. Give it a thumbs up.